So why did the Persians, and in particular Cambyses, attack Egypt? So first, if you read Herodotus' book histories from the beginning, you will notice that Cyrus the Great had that intention. He was interested in attacking Babylon and then Egypt. Those were like the greatest superpowers during that time. And I think it all came down to just trying to be the bigger superpower than the rest. So Egypt and Babylon and Lydia, they were like big powers, and Persia wanted to be the biggest. So to be the biggest, the only way they could do that is to attack these countries and conquer them and then make them part of their empire, kind of. If not, then have them like be under their supervision or sphere of influence. So, but Cyrus was not able to do that. He died before he could move beyond. After he had attacked and conquered Babylon, he had gone to Lydia, he conquered them. He went to Babylon, conquered them. Then he died when he was conquering another smaller empire, kinda to the east of Persia, the Massagetae Empire. So he died, and now Cambyses, his son, became the king, and kind of like it was a tradition in that time that the enemies of my father will be my enemies when I'm the king, so something like that. So Cambyses decided to go on with what his father might have done. But there were other reasons why Cambyses decided to attack Egypt, and Herodotus does give us some of those reasons. He gives us like 2 or 3, and one of those is that when Cyrus was the king, he had requested Cambyses, the king of Egypt, to send him physicians. Remember, I've said so many times before that Egyptians were very good when it came to medicine. They had the best physicians in the world, and in fact, kings of other kingdoms usually requested Egypt to send them physicians, especially to take care of their kings and their royal families and things like that. So Cyrus the Great had reached out to Cambyses, and Cambyses had sent him doctors. Now, one of the doctors did not like it. He was sent by Cambyses to Cyrus the Great, but he was not happy, and he was not happy because Cambyses kind of took him from his family, his wife and kids. It was kind of by force. He did not have any choice, and then he was sent to Persia, and he left his family behind. And of course, during that time, if you are sent, it's like you are going for good, you're not coming back. So he had that grudge against Cambyses for taking him from his family. Now, when Cambyses became the king, this physician looks like was working very close, or he was maybe a personal physician to Cambyses, and Cambyses kind of trusted him, and over sometimes he had some way with the king. He could persuade the king to do some things, and Herodotus does not tell us how the specific way he went about persuading Cambyses to attack Egypt, but he tells us that the physician somehow persuaded Cambyses to ask Cambyses to give him his daughter to be his wife, like Cambyses' daughter to be Cambyses' wife. So when Cambyses received this request, Cambyses at this point is fearful of the Persians. He had heard of how good they were as warriors, so he was fearful of them, and he didn't know what to do. He did not want to give out his daughter to the Persians, to Cambyses, especially, Herodotus tells us, especially because he was sure that Cambyses would not make the daughter a wife, but maybe turn her into a concubine, and he did not want that. So, but at the same time, he did not want to send a message back to Cambyses and tell him, no, I'm not going to give you my daughter for marriage. So he came up with a plan. There was a daughter of Apries. In another video, I did explain how Cambyses came to power and how he took over from King Apries. There was that Apries, And Apries had a daughter, and the daughter was called Nitocris. She was a beautiful woman. And so Amasis decided to trick Cambyses using this Nitocris. So he took the lady, had her prepared very well, dressed very well, and then she sent her to Cambyses as her own daughter. So when she reached Persia, Nitocris, Cambyses hugged her and called her by the name of her father, Amasis, because he knew that to be her father. But then the lady told him, no, Amasis is not my father. My father was Apries, and you've been tricked by Amasis. So that's how Cambyses. That's one of the reasons Herodotus gives us as to why Cambyses decided to attack Egypt. Now, there's another reason he gives us, and he himself says he has issues with this reason. It's a story was told. There was a version that was given by the Egyptians, and then the Persians gave him another version of it. And he says he's not so sure about this. It looks like there's a lot of facts about it that don't add up, but he gives it anyway. He says that another reason why Cambyses decided to attack Egypt is because when he was a boy, and Cyrus, his father, was the king, Cyrus married an Egyptian woman, and that was not the Egyptians told Herodotus that was the mother of Cambyses, but the Persians told Herodotus that was not the mother of Cambyses. That was another wife of Cyrus the Great besides Cambyses' mother. So the Persians told Herodotus that when this Egyptian woman came, Cyrus loved her a lot more than the other wives he had, in particular Cambyses' mother. So, and then there was this other woman who came visiting Cambyses' mother, and Cambyses was a young boy then. And then the other woman was telling the mother of Cambyses, you're so beautiful, you have beautiful kids, things like it was small talk kind of thing. And Cambyses' mother said, you know what, I'm beautiful, I've bore very beautiful kids for Cyrus the Great, but you know what, he doesn't love me the way he loves that Egyptian woman. And Cambyses was listening to this conversation, and the Persians say Cambyses told the mother, don't worry, when I become the king, I'll go to Egypt and attack it and conquer it. Kind of like punish them for what is happening here in the family. Yeah, so and then there is that one that he gives us about a general who escaped from Egypt, I think, and went to Persia, and then Amasis sent for him to be captured, and something happened about that, and the general did manage to go to Persia, and he did give some secrets to Cambyses, which he used to come and attack Egypt. So those are some of the reasons that Herodotus points out that made Cambyses and the Persians to go and attack Egypt.